Time to watch this video today, and today I want to make sure this is really valuable for you. So I want to make sure this video is worth your while. And today, big thing I want to explain is a way of getting back in shape without having to change everything in your life. I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to their fitness journey, they're afraid of the change or they're afraid of the commitment because like, oh, I'm gonna push away from everything I love, and I don't want to do that and become this person that is a fitness nut. That's what the word they call it. You're a fitness nut. I get that all the time. It's like you're a fitness nut, when to me it's just normal life. And I want to show you how you can make normal life as well too, while enjoying your favorite foods, while enjoying life, while enjoying a drink on the weekends, while being able to stay flexible and importantly achieve your goals at the same time. Because it's scary to start a fitness program. It's scary to do anything. It's scary to do anything that's new to you. And today I want to make sure that you have, well, the visual that you need, the explanation that you're looking for when it comes to starting, and how to actually do it at a way where you can actually succeed, be successful, commit to it, most importantly, show up. All right, let's get into it. So 10 reasons you are in shape enough to start. Again, it's scary to start a new fitness program, and one of the biggest things is I'm with you on that, right? You'd love to start a new gym, you'd love to start your journey, you'd love to get back in shape, you'd love to do everything. But how do you do it? And I want to explain that to you. So one thing is the workouts are just like real life. Getting out of chair is a squat. Pick up your bag, walking upstairs. These are things that we do in real life, and workouts focus on these movements while helping you get stronger and fitter, so therefore they become easier. Moving. You have to lift boxes, lifting at your back, squatting into it. These are things that if we have muscles that are stronger, that are healthier, then it's going to put us in a better position later on to where we don't pull our back, we don't have lower back pain, to where we don't have knee pain. A lot of people struggle with back pain, knee pain, shoulder pain, but if you ask them when was the last time you lifted some weights, they're probably like years. But that's usually the key. What they're pushing away from is the key to actually getting them back in shape. Because muscle is going to help you make this life easier. And here's the thing, I'm not saying you have to just go in and just start working out and go crazy. No. But what I'm saying is start slow. You learn how to do things before you actually start increasing intensity, start increasing volume. You don't want to just go into the gym and be that person that just says, oh, I'm going to put 200 pounds and I'm just bench it for one. No, that's going to lead you to getting hurt. You don't want to be the person that goes into the gym, goes and squats 100 pounds when they can't even squat body weight without knee pain. No. You want to be the person that has a routine, that has a program that they can utilize. Say, today I'm going to the gym. I know I have knee pain, so I'm going to focus on my hamstrings, my adductors, my hip mobility. So therefore, I can strengthen these muscles, increase my mobility, which will alleviate knee pain over time. Same thing for back pain. You're dealing with constant back pain or any pain. Work on the surrounding muscle groups slowly. Start slowly, implementing isolation exercises to target a opposite muscle group. Meaning, let's say you have what did I say? Hip pain. I already explained knee pain. Let's say you have back pain. Start utilizing the gym as a way to strengthen your midsection. Open up those hips. Stretch your adductor complex. Get some stretches when it comes to, let's say, your TFL. Do the things that you need to do to just get a little bit better when it comes to mobility. And over time, as you get better each day, it compounds into the biggest thing ever, which is your goal, your end goal, being a healthier, stronger you. And you have to understand in the beginning, the focus is just showing up. Until you can manage showing up to the gym at least, I would say at least 4, but at least 3 times per week. It doesn't matter how fast you run, how much you lift, what you can do. The program is focused on just showing up. Your life is just focused on just showing up. Some of you have kids. Some of you don't have kids. Some of you have school. Some of you don't have school. Some of you have the time, but you haven't made the time. And that's, to be honest with you, that's most people. They do have the time, just a matter of making the time. But to get to showing up, you need something to follow. Meaning going into your week, don't just go into it and say, oh, I'm going to hit 7 workouts this week. A lot of people do that, and they do it. And they lead to burning out, and they don't show up the following week, and the following week, and the following week. I want you to be the person saying, I'm going to show up and commit to 2 workouts this week. I'm going to write down what these 2 workouts are, upper, lower, boom. And these are going to be this my sets, they're going to be my reps, and I'm going to slowly get myself back in shape. That's all it takes, fam. And I'll give you an example of how you could do this successfully, even if you work out at home, right? So, for example, let's say if I go in Paul's profile. Paul's one of my clients. Paul has been working with me for the past 2-3 months. He's 42, and his goal is to lose weight. Paul and I have lost the equivalent of 25, 27 pounds. Let me double check. But one thing is, Paul works strictly from home. And when Paul works strictly from home, he only has dumbbells and certain equipment. So in the beginning, It was just body weight just to get him to move again, because Paul wasn't used to just working out high intensity. So over time, I had to increase the intensity as we went, right? So in the beginning, we started with back, a 10-minute core, back, another 10-minute core, and leg strength. Why was it that way? Because Paul in the beginning told me he had lower back pain. So I made sure to program exercises within his routine that can help him alleviate that pain. You get where I'm coming from? But we slowly started building him up to where now we went to 20. And then after 20, we're good. Boom. We got rid of that and added some running into it and a leg day, or sometimes a full body home workout. But now Paul is at an intensity that he's never been at before. But the only way we're able to get Paul to that intensity is by progressively helping him increase what he was doing day in and day out. Not just saying, hey, Paul, here's a workout program that is high intensity, is going to get you burning 800 calories. Take it. No, it's, hey, Paul, let's slowly build you up, brother. Let's get you from A to B, so therefore we can go from B all the way to H, and H following through Z. And I'll show you the progress. Paul, in the past 2 months, well, results speak for themselves. Boom, 255, and now we are 124. Start slow. Don't overwhelm yourself. Start slow. Please. Please start slow. All right? Wrong one. Now, you have to understand, when it comes to getting back in shape, you're probably going to start from a point where you... what word I want to say? It's because most people, when they get to a certain point where they're unhealthy, it's just a matter of you have life priorities going on, and sometimes you don't really see how you can make this possible. Sometimes I tell people I don't blame you, because it's a matter of, you have kids, you got life, you got 2 jobs, this and that, you're all over the place. You're like, bro, how do you want me to get back in shape where I can't even get this shit? So one of the biggest things is, when it comes to getting back in shape, you can't just, try and say, oh, I'm just going to start and just go crazy. You have to start small. But the biggest thing is, you have to understand where you're starting at. You have to be willing to start from there. Nothing's going to get better unless you start making it better. So most people, yes, do start in terrible shape. It's just the honest truth. I started in terrible shape. That's when we get to the point where, like, bro, I got to change, bro. I'm in terrible shape. I got to change something, right? But the biggest thing is, if you start small, you can slowly get yourself to the point where you're losing 20 to 40 pounds. Because when you're so out of shape, it's easy to lose 20 pounds. But when you're in semi shape, you'll find it that it's very hard to lose 20 pounds because you have muscle now. So now it's a whole different game. Instead of weight loss, it's, hey, let's look at your macros, let's look at this, look at that. So the biggest thing is, you have to understand is, you're going to start in terrible shape and be willing to start there, but just know it's your starting point, and you can only get better. You can only get better, family. You can never get worse. We can stop this. Well, but our coaches were even worse. Meaning, us coaches, some of us started 200 pounds, 400 pounds overweight. That's how we got back in shape. One of the biggest things I always tell people is, your coach is probably experienced what you're experiencing. I have been overweight by 40, 50 pounds, and I hated it. And the thing is, it took me a while to figure it out that I hated it. You're probably in the same boat. No mirrors, no judgment. Guys, you gotta understand, through this journey, you can't judge yourself for not being there yet when you're not doing the work to get there. And even if you're doing the work to get there, you still can't judge yourself. You just have to keep working day in and day out, so therefore you can have the support system, so therefore you can have the mindset to keep on pushing forward. You can't look at yourself or step on a scale and judge yourself immediately and say, this is not working, and give up. No. You have to be willing to embrace empathy within yourself and say, hey, I know this is my goal. I want to go from A to Z. I'm at A, it feels like this, and I don't like it, and I'm willing to work on myself to get to Z, right? But the biggest thing you can't do is, when you're at A, you go to B, and then let's say something happens, you revert back to A, and you allow that to keep you at A. You have to put yourself in a position to where you don't judge yourself, to where every time you look in the mirror, it's not an opportunity to crucify yourself, but an opportunity to love yourself. Meaning, you look in the mirror and say, hey, we're doing this to get back into our best self and feel good within our body. Yes, I may not like what I'm looking at, but I know it will get better through the work that we do on day in and day out. So the biggest thing is, don't judge yourself. When it comes to the mirrors, don't look at it as an opportunity to say, oh, you suck at this and that. No, look at an opportunity to love yourself and really elevate your game, elevate your frequency, elevate your mindset. 7, track and celebrate. You have to track and celebrate your game, fam. If you don't track and celebrate what you're doing within this journey, it's very hard to see progress. Meaning, don't just track the scale. Track food, track how your mindset's been changing, journal a little bit, and celebrate on the little things that you achieve. Celebrate the 10 pounds. Celebrate when you go from 255 to 246, and don't be like, oh, it's 246. I should have lost more weight. No, celebrate that you even lost the weight. Celebrate going from 246 all the way to 230, 235. Celebrate going from 235 to only 232. The little things matter. If you're constantly judging yourself while you're at that final goal, while you're losing weight, you're going to cut yourself out short. A lot of people do that. And please, just track your food a little bit, because it makes it easier. It really does. I feel like a lot of people have a bad mindset when it comes to tracking food. They think tracking food is just not for me. No, you just never learn how to do it properly that you can actually enjoy, in a way that you can actually enjoy. Paul hasn't missed a day of tracking his food because he enjoys it. Because we make it a way that we create a meal plan that he can follow day in and day out, that doesn't disrupt his job, doesn't disrupt what he does at home. Most importantly, he finds ways to include meals that he eats out into his into his protein, into his macros. And that's the whole goal. Is to eat the foods that we love while being able to lose weight. It's to eat the foods that we enjoy while being to stay consistent in this journey. It's to follow through. And here's the thing, there are days where he's not perfect. But guess what? The fact that we consistently track, and these are the days that he was in the money, we know, hey, we're losing weight, we're on track, and one day doesn't define us. Let's keep moving forward. Versus once you have that bad day and you only think about that bad day, but you forgot about your last 5 good days. You let that one bad day dictate the rest of your next 5 days, and that ruins everything. A lot of people do that. Don't do that. Track, look back, look at where you got wins, and from there on, I promise you your wins will always outweigh your losses. All right? I keep looking at the wrong one. Last but not least, Nancy. Nancy is somebody that everybody needs in their life. Nancy could be you. Nancy is the person that has lost 200 pounds, that has lost 150 pounds. My Nancy is Nicole. It's where we've been able to change not just our lifestyle, but our mindset through incorporating the gym 3 to 4 times a week, through changing our mindset, through embracing new opportunities, through embracing new things when it comes to food, experiencing new things when it comes to food, so therefore we can build ourselves into the best version of ourselves. Nancy is basically my Sarahs, my Saibas, my Nicoles, my Jens, the people that show up consistently day in, day out while they work full-time jobs, sometimes 2 jobs, while supporting their families and still finding a way to lose the weight and stay in shape and, well, basically live their best life. And the way that they do it is they don't just jump into it. They follow these steps. They start slow. They track. They show up. They only focus on showing up in the beginning because they know that's the biggest thing. And once you do show up, you put yourself in the opportunity to actually grow. Most people don't give themselves the opportunity to actually grow because they never show up. Last but not least, if you do this and follow through with everything I just explained through this, you will get back in shape faster than ever. Most importantly, I have one question for you. What would you do otherwise? How are you planning on living the best life? How are you planning on going back in shape? How are you planning on going up the stairs and making it easier? You have to work on yourself. That's how. A lot of people are skipping working on themselves and thinking everything's gonna change magically. No. You're the source of that change. You are what needs to happen. You are what needs to not change, but grow in order to see growth within your own life. And if you're not seeing growth in your own life, you got to start auditing your life. What are you doing? How are you feeling mentally, physically, and everything, and correlate them all together. So therefore, you can put yourself in a position to improve at absolutely everything that you do. Yeah, my question to you is, what would you do otherwise? You have the time. Now, are you willing to make the time? That's up to you. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this. Hope this brought you tremendous value. And remember, you have the ability to start now, do this now, and take action now. It's all up to you if you want to show up and take action. All right. With that being said, hope you have a great day. Stay beautiful. Stay blessed. Have the best day ever. Catch you guys next time.